welcome back to my channel, Lash with the Legs. Today's video is going to be on the cons of being a lash artist and or any type of service provider in this industry. So I've had a lot of people contact me on my social media regarding this topic and is it worth it? What would I do differently? So I wanted to just go ahead and make a video about this. Full disclaimer, this particular video will not be going over any of the pros of being a lash artist and or any type of service provider in this industry. I don't want to be a negative Nancy, but I do think this video is going to be extremely helpful, and I really do want to talk about all the things that nobody talks about. So I became a certified lash artist in 2020, and since then it's been great. It has been amazing, but I do want to talk about the things that sometimes just makes me feel like, you know what, I'm done, I can't do it. But all jokes aside, we all go through it. Nail techs, hairstylists, lash artists, estheticians, we all go through pretty much the same things. The first thing I'm going to talk about is just overall clients, right? So depending on your personality, I'm a very outgoing person, I'm a people's person, I'm very friendly, but sometimes dealing with so many different personalities in a day, in a week, it can be extremely draining, you know. And then when you're a service provider, sometimes you never know what type of client you're gonna get, especially if it's a new client, even if they've been coming to you for X amount of time. And sometimes those clients are the ones that can shock you the most, because it's like, you've been coming to me for this amount of time and now you wanna go against my policies, you know. And we're gonna get into that later on in the video. So keep in mind, depending on your personality, it may not be the best fit for you, because you are going to be dealing with a lot of different people, right? Also, depending on your area. I'm located in Atlanta. Enough said. So not only can the clients be extremely draining, you're dealing with their personality, your personality, what you have going on in your life, what they have going on in their lives. And let me say this. As a service provider, you are a therapist, okay? If you don't take anything from this video, understand that as a service provider, lash artist, nail tech, hairstylist, esthetician, whatever, you are a therapist, okay? Now, this is not necessarily a negative thing, but I do want you guys to understand that. So if you're not that type of person to where you don't want people confiding in you, just keep that in mind, that the more people come to you, you're definitely gonna be a vessel for them to dump their problems on you, you know? So keep that in mind. Now, aside from dealing with different personalities, we're all in this because we want something, right? More than likely, you want a better salary, you want more money, you want more time. So with that being said, just because you're a business owner does not necessarily mean that you're gonna have all the time in the world. In fact, it's kind of the total opposite, because if you're a service provider first, oftentimes you're gonna be booked and busy to where if you don't plan out in advance what you want to do, your time is gonna be spent providing services. Now, I personally don't mind. I love working, I love running up a bag. However, if I don't plan out, okay, this month before I open my booking site, I need this day off, and I want to go here, you're gonna get booked up so quick, especially once you get to that point in your career. You're gonna get very booked up. So the beauty of being a service provider, entrepreneur, of course, you can make your own schedule. However, keep in mind, if you don't work, you don't get paid until you start implementing other things like, okay, well, I have residual income. I have products that I sell too, so I can make money while I'm asleep. I don't have to be here, you know what I mean? So just keep that in mind, that if you're in it for, I just want to make my own schedule, understand that will come, but it may not come as soon as you think it's gonna come, and that's okay. Okay, so the next thing I want to touch on is disputes. Yay! Disputes, we love disputes. Okay, so in all seriousness, there will be times, there has been times for me at least, everyone I know who's in this industry has dealt with this. We're still dealing with it, and we're probably gonna deal with it more. Sometimes you will have disputes on your account, okay? So when you offer a booking site, this is when it normally happens. You have a booking site, people book you, they have to pay a deposit. Sometimes you can allow people to pay in advance. There will be times, there has been times where a client will dispute the charge, and then your account is negative. Okay, when I say your account, I mean like your booking site account, not your actual bank account. So that can happen. Keep that in mind. I'm going to go over my experience with that right now. So when I first started, I did have a booking site. I had a booking site from the beginning, which I definitely recommend 100%, but that would be a totally different video, right? Okay, so I had a booking site and I allowed clients to pay for their entire service in advance. I was trying to be accommodating for people, but now I realize you cannot be too accommodating, and I'm going to tell you why and later on in this video. But I allowed clients to pay for their entire service up front. Now, it's been 2 instances where I had clients pay for their entire service. One time they disputed the charge after the service was done, and the other time the person just never showed up. However, they did pay in advance. I did offer them to just come another time because I understand coming out of $100+ can be a lot of money for somebody, especially in this economy. But oftentimes people would just dispute the charge. People dispute their deposits. It happens. It just happened to me like a month ago where someone disputed their deposit. Now, currently, I don't allow people to pay for their service in advance because of the issue I've had in the past with disputing charges, or someone may pay their entire service and then they miss their appointment. It kind of just makes everything messy because now if you're generous enough, you have to squeeze them in. If you're not generous enough, which I definitely understand because you got to show up to your appointment, you know, people can dispute the charge. It does not look good on your business account whatsoever. So just keep that in mind that we do have those people out there who will come to you for a service. They may dispute the charge. They may dispute their deposit. If you're a entrepreneur to where you offer products, that happens as well. If you, let's say for example, you sell human hair extensions, that happens where people will buy something, use a fake card, dispute the charge once they get that. So that's something that we deal with as service providers. I do know a couple of people are working to combat this. I believe they do have a booking site, but you don't pay any funds on their booking site. After you book with them, you have to send them the deposit right to their phone, maybe via Apple Pay or Zelle. And actually that's not really a bad idea because when you're going through third-party places, sometimes they take a fee, and it could be a lot. So keep that in mind, but there are things that you can do to combat this, but just understand that it does happen. It happens to the best of us. So one of the final things that I want to talk about regarding the cons of being a lash artist and or any service provider in this industry is that dealing with people may be the hardest part of your job. I would say for myself, the work itself is not hard, the planning is not hard, but dealing with people is the hardest part of this. Now, again, I'm a very, very friendly person, but you're gonna have those people where your personalities just do not mix. You're gonna have those people that take you to the limit, they test your patience, they disregard your booking site completely, they disregard your policies, and this happens often with returning clients too, because if you're like me, I'm very friendly, I'm very down to earth, I like to accommodate people because I like to be accommodated, but sometimes that can, it can definitely cause a void. I'll say that. It can cause a void because people will not respect you, your business, your work, and what you have going on. They don't understand that, hey, I'm running a business here. You can't be 30 minutes late. You know, if you cancel your appointment, if you miss your appointment, you need to rebook. And I'm going to say this. Let me stop right here. Let me go over a couple pet peeves of mine that I just know who's ever watching this video, you're probably going to get very annoyed by this too. One thing okay, I'm so sorry. Somebody called me. But one thing that I really despise is when I have a perfectly good up and running booking site and people consistently text me for an appointment. It irks me. It really does irk me because we pay for our booking sites for the convenience of ourselves and clients, right? If I were to manually have to manage my books and my clients, I probably would have quit a long time ago. I don't think I have the bandwidth to do so. Like I said, it's not the work itself, it's dealing with people. That's probably going to be the hardest thing that you're doing in this profession. It's dealing with people, the personalities, the people who want so much accommodations, right? So just keep that in mind. Now I want to speak directly to lash artists right now. I can't speak for the hairstylist, even though you may be able to relate. Just know that some clients are going to be a joy to work with and some are not. And I'm not saying this as far as personalities and behavior. I'm speaking about the work. This is where like that little percentage of the work can be hard. This is where this comes into place, you know, because if you're, especially as a beginner lash artist, dealing with certain people's lashes can be very hectic. It's hard. It can be extremely hard because everyone's lashes are different. I'm gonna try to insert some pictures if I can, but everyone's lashes are different. Some people's lashes are gonna be straight to the point. They're straight, they're clean, and it's easy to do. Some people are gonna be extremely curly, short, and it's just hard.
So I wanted to provide reference in regards to some people having curlier lashes, wilder lashes, shorter lashes. So at the top, I inserted some recent pictures of someone who may have a curlier lash line, wilder lashes, or just shorter. And sometimes shorter can be a little bit more difficult to do as well. At the bottom, I have recent pictures of another type of lash line where the lashes are more straight. This is actually a lot more preferable for a lot of lash artists because it's not that difficult for us to do, because doing lashes is very tedious, okay? But at the end of the day, this will come with repetitions and time. It's nothing that these clients can do per se. This is just how their lashes grow. So just be patient with yourself, be patient with them, and you will definitely be okay.
So that is all the cons that I had today. I am going to try to make this a mini series because as I grow in my own business, I do want to relay the information over to you guys as well. I wanted to make this short and to the point, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have any more questions, just do what you have been doing, dropping them in the comment section, and also follow me on my Instagram page. I do have a big announcement for you guys down in the description, down in the comment section below. So make sure you check that out. And like always, like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.